Okay guys, today we're taking a drive in the 2024 BMW 530i. So this is the brand new Generation 5 series and it already looks stunning. We're here at Parkview BMW in Toronto, Canada. So thank you to Parkview for letting me take this vehicle for a test drive. If you guys are in the marketplace for a BMW, I'll leave Ivy's, the managers here, her email down below. So feel free to reach out to her. But let's take a quick exterior look of this vehicle before we get going. So completely brand new front end, brand new headlights. I like the blue touches in the LEDs now. What are these? These are the 19-inch wheels with the all-season tires. We have the blue M Sport brakes, M Sport badge on the side, surround view camera system. I like how they put this 5 at the back of the Hofmeister kink. The black side skirt ties around with the black bumper. And one thing that BMW has gone away with is tailpipes. There's no physical tailpipes. Reverse light is down at the bottom here, and the reason that they did that is because there's an electric variant to this car as well, and they want both of those to seem pretty similar. We do have lots of trunk space, full power tailgate, massive amount of trunk space here, 2 levers to drop the back seats, no additional storage down below. Let's close this up with the dealer plate. Fresh LED taillights at the back, and let's take a look at the back seat space. I mean, when you're buying a 5 Series, you want a lot of seat space back here, and that we do. I have the driver's seat in a comfortable position. Plenty of knee room here. Looks like we got a little holder here, 2 USB-C ports. This one does not have the upgraded rear climate control zone, but we do have Bowers & Wilkins and a massive panoramic sunroof. Looks like this one is the mocha interior. Very interesting, that's black, even up along the top of the seats here. So that's pretty cool. One thing that I find interesting though is this little ski jump on the armrest there. It's kind of funky. One thing I also noticed too, comfort door access at the front, but no comfort door access at the back. I guess it's not really that big of a necessity with BMW's proximity locking. So you don't even really need to touch the door handles. The car's automatically unlocking when you get close to it. So why don't we, ooh, fresh. Let's get that out of the way. What we're gonna do, we're gonna toggle into drive. We're gonna get on the road. We're gonna go for a drive. Let's head out to the highway, get a feel for how this drives on the highway, and then we'll kind of slow down and we'll touch on all of the vehicle information, infotainment system. So we can see here we have this very large curved display screen that BMW offers. Now this one is kind of copy and paste from a lot of their other models. This curved display screen is the exact same one. It is running on the brand new iDrive 8.5 system. So that's what this main menu system is. A little bit different layout, a little bit different touch from iDrive 8, but overall still pretty much the same system. I gotta love the 5 Series brand new interior. This dark wood trim is nice. A little bit of a light bar here, but it's not the full interactive light bar. This is what you get on the standard version with the 530. But there's a little bit of light, kind of lines through it. I don't know, Tron reminiscent. I like it. I like it. We got head-up display. We got all the function you'd want. We got full 360 parking camera, wireless device charging tray. I like how there's area for 2 phones, but I don't believe that the right side is a charging tray. Only the left side is a charging tray, which is a little bit interesting. Why not make both of them a wireless charging tray? 2 cup holders, 2 USB-C ports, and then we have our iDrive controller and the transmission controller. I do like the transmission controller that BMW offers because it's kind of like a little toggle. Just a little bit of a toggle without being like physical buttons, kind of reminiscent of BMW's older transmissions in that same location. So just kind of a new interpretation of that. The gauge cluster can be customized so much, and you do that through the button on the steering wheel here, and you can adjust the content that you see. You can even have the AR reality for the front camera. In comfort mode, you can change the layout between this one, the wider one, and the reduced one. I like to have comfort on reduced because once you go into sport and eco mode, it will adapt to only those 2 other ones. There's no option for this one. And then you can change the content you see. Like right now we have the map content. You have lots, music, G-force, AR, safety systems, and just like nothing. I do like having the map as my preferred content. One thing with the map is too, is like once you turn it on, you get even more adjustability out of it. So we're gonna navigate back to Parkview BMW, so you can guys take a look at how the navigation system operates. I've got to say, initial impressions of this car, very smooth. I'm going over these bumps, we're just gliding over. It took a little bit of time for the service options to pop up, I would say. I expect that to be a little bit faster. Now it is going to be real-time traffic info, but you do need to be on BMW's connected drive system for that to have. Now the 530 meters there. Okay. The 530 also has the option, don't like spoken instruction, also has the option for their most advanced active stop and go cruise control system. Don't know the level of equipment that's on this one, but we'll dive into it a little bit. I love the new coloring and the new coloring on the head-up display. The head-up display is the biggest head-up display I've ever seen, and it's actually in color now. When I remember before, it used to only be in black and white or just white. Now there's lots of different tones of color, which is really good. But I do want to experience our highway acceleration in sport mode. I don't like how I have to click a button down here and then click another button on the screen just to get into sport mode, where BMW used to just have sport mode button. Now it's my mode buttons. Not loving that. But let's do a full accel here. Yeah, I mean, 255 horsepower out of a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's definitely not overwhelming, but it's got enough torque that we can get up, we can pass people when we need to, make some lane changes when we need to. Man, I'm still blown away by this head-up display. Very, very colorful blue line in the head-up display. Now, let's see if this one, yeah, so this one does have the active stop and go cruise control. We have assisted driving activated. Now this one does have the advanced driver assistance package, and you had it mapped to your vehicle. It would give you a sign after a little bit to go completely hands-free up to 130 kilometers per hour. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. Well, maybe it's not, if it does have it, it's just not mapped yet. You do need to purchase the vehicle, map it, and register it for all of that to activate properly. So we're just getting the basic advanced driver assistance package with the active stop and go cruise control and lane centering. So it will lane center for you, but you do need to prompt and keep one hand on the steering wheel. So it's not fully automatic, but it does have that option. And if you're purchasing it, it's definitely worth that option to upgrade. I gotta say, man, this car is smooth. It is comfortable. The suspension is soft. I am so massively impressed with the new 5 Series. We have this sports steering wheel, like similar to what you'd find in the X1 or the 7 Series. I do like how the i5 M60 would give this a little red stripe here, which is very unique compared to them other BMWs. But let's get off cruise control. Let's do a boost. Boost, look at that, popping up. Definitely notice that boost power there compared to that initial acceleration. And then with the other My modes, you have the personal, which we were in before, so you can see how the gauge cluster changed there. And then if I go back to switch modes, we go over to efficient, and you can see that gauge cluster. And then when you click this button, there's no option to adjust the layout. There's just content, and you can adjust the head-up display. We have a new efficient mode in the head-up display. Everything just got more blue over there. Let's go back to sport mode. Man, BMW does it again. Like, I always love BMWs. I think BMW it's definitely my favorite brand of vehicles to drive, and I'm super impressed again. Like, the head-up display is super impressive with the coloration. I don't like the My Modes button though, but I don't mind the large touchscreen. I think BMW is definitely at the front with their infotainment system. I mean, it is a little bit copy and paste between all the models, but what brand doesn't copy and paste between models? You can see our AR reality front camera popping up at the front here for this corner. Handling feels good around there, nice and soft. The brakes are firm, you know you can trust them, and they have even more braking power. Climate control menu, a lot of people harp on BMW for it being into the system, but you know what, a lot of other brands are full digital with the climate control, but they're not doing it as well. So this one, most of the times when you're in the car, like for me, I just select a level of what I want the temperature to be, and it tells you at that level, is it cooling or heating inside the car. Right now it's cooling, so that's a nice update, kind of lets you know how it's getting to that temperature. Like if I go up, say 25, now you know that it's going to be heating, or it's feeling like it's 25 in here. Doesn't really need to add any heat. Now it's actually heating. I like that adjustment there, But if you do need to go into your climate control menu, you hit that little fan and then you're there. But the reality is you're gonna leave it on auto. I'm just trying to set cruise control here. There we go. So cruise control set, it's gonna follow. The reality is you're gonna leave it on auto and then you just set the temperature of where you wanna be at and it does it automatically. And then now it does the heated seats and the heated steering wheel automatically. It said, I told him I wanted it to be 23 degrees and it sensed whether or not you need the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, or the heat on, and it does it all automatically. So you can be real comfortable without having to do as much work and effort between the other systems, turning on heated seats, turning on heated steering wheel. So yes, those are harder to get into the system, I will admit that, but you don't need to. You just set it to your temperature, it does everything else automatically. I will say that even the air vents, you can kind of set how open, it's a digital version, it's no longer a scroll, and you do have this here to adjust where that air is coming out. Much better than their X7 where there's like a toggle here, much better. Loving this wood trim, I'm liking the dashboard. I'm just loving everything about this 5 Series. I really don't have any complaints. I feel like my only complaint that I have would be the My Modes button with the sports mode. I'm not liking it. But if we go to this square here, we get into the apps of the vehicle. You now have Air Console games that you can play games on your phone, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, the connected drive store, that's a new one for 8.5 that I haven't seen before, Alexa, your BMW ID, automatic hobbies or automatic habits. You can go infotainment apps. You can see all the different infotainment apps. You have the drive recorder, which is like the dash cam system with the full 360 cameras that are on this vehicle. There's even an interior camera up here on top of the massive glass panoramic sunroof. You do need to be logged into your driver ID. So there's a lot of things where when you're test driving a vehicle, you're not going to fully experience them. But once you own the vehicle, you've logged into your connected drive ID, everything opens up to you. And just like that, full automated active stop and go, hands-free up to 130 kilometers per hour. Then you have your vehicle apps, like your climate control. So you do have to engage the active stop and go cruise control after you've been sitting for a little bit, but you can go in climate control, displays, doors and windows, and this is where you can have it automatically lock and unlocking as you walk away or walk towards the vehicle. Interior lighting, let's take a look at some of the ambient lighting offers. So color is locked because we're in sport mode. If I go back to my modes and I go back to personal and then I go back into that, now we can change the color lights. See over here, you're going to click emerald, see the lights change to green. There's a lot of different options. I've been test driving quite a lot of different cars, and between BMW and Mercedes, they seem to have the best ambient lighting offerings. BMW has definitely stepped it up with all of their coloring offerings. I say compared to Mercedes, it's nice how Mercedes rotates through the colors, which is pretty cool. You also have light elements on your steering wheel for like feedback, and if you were on the full active cruise control mode with the hands-free, it'd be green here. This one does have traffic jam assistance, so as you can see, I've been hands-free here for quite a while. As long as you're under 30 kilometers, 60 kilometers per hour, it's supposed to be hands-free for you. There's keys, you can have digital keys, you can add them into your phone. You can now have it so that you put your digital key into your cell phone and you no longer need the main key that you get here. Basically, you walk towards it with the key in your Apple Wallet, it automatically unlocks. You walk away from it, it automatically locks. Beautiful technology on your cell phone. There's live vehicle information. If you are in sport mode, you get a different display screen when you come in here, which is the sport gauges, horsepower, torque. Looks like we do have gesture control here for the Bowers and Wilkins. Mobile devices, my modes again, seat comfort, parking. So just so much. Driving assistance is a big one for driving assistance. Safety and warning, front collision mitigation, lane departure warning, steering intervention, active blind spot detection, fatigue alert. There is a lot. There's parking. When we get back to the dealership at the end of this video, I'll show you guys the full automatic parking system. And then there is driving. So this will tell us whether or not we had the active stop and go cruise control. So let's see, distance control. So we can adjust the distance that we want from the car in front. That's one of the things you just set in here. A lot of other manufacturers and even older BMWs, they had it on the steering wheel. Look at this. It even sensed that car came across and it braked. Some other vehicles I've been driving don't have that. Switch to cruise control. What is this? Cruise control without distance. Oh, so that's just like without distance control. Normal cruise control. See how it just took us off that whole system there. For distance, route and intersection distance. So actually this one does not have it. So there's 2 levels that BMW offers now. This one does not have the full hands-free, or else there'd be extra buttons in here asking about, you know, whether you engage that mode or not. You do have iconic sounds for the exhaust system being pumped into the vehicle while you are on sport mode. What else can we explore here before we get back to the dealership? Interior lighting. What is the connected drive store now? So yeah, I guess if you want to add in some things, and because the vehicle is going to come with a 3-year subscription package once you purchase a brand new vehicle, then after that 3 years you're going to have to subscribe to it to have access to the BMW app, the real-time traffic info. You do have to be subscribed to that. There's a few buttons down here. We have media, navigation. Now BMW is one of those systems where the navigation is real-time traffic info, cloud-based system, where I wouldn't even use the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto. I would just use the BMW system because it is one of the best systems out there. A lot of other car manufacturers I get into, I'm just like, I'm using Apple CarPlay because it's not that good. BMW, I don't have that issue. And then parking buttons, but we're going too fast for those. This one just goes right into your driving systems, that menu that we were in before. And then you do have the short keys, music, navigation, cell phone, home menu. I like how the home menu now is basically navigation screen. Click into it. There's some adjustments that you can make. I accidentally turned off the navigation there. Let's turn that back on. Man, I'm so impressed with the new 5 Series. It's so smooth. This active stop and go cruise control has been great. But you do have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. Keep your center in your lane, but it wants to add the level. It needs to sense that feedback. Blind spot monitoring system. I love this car. If you're looking for a mid-size SUV with comfort, man, the 5 Series is where it's at. Brand new, fresh interior, brand new car. Make sure you guys come check out Parkview BMW. If you guys have made it this far in the video, please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see future POV driving videos. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this video, if there's anything that you think I can improve on. Let me know if you have any questions about the 5 Series. I'll make sure I get the answers for you guys down below from some of the people at the dealership. I like this augmented reality. Look at showing you exactly where you need to turn. With the M Sport package, you have the M Sport colors everywhere. Seat is very comfortable. A little bit of bolstering to hold you in. Oh, it does have manual leg extension though. For a 5 Series, I would expect it to be full powered there, but it's not. Those 2 USB-C ports at the front. Center console here doesn't have any USB-C ports because they're all right there. We do have auto hold function, and you'll notice that there's no park button. Because as soon as you click, this is like the park button and the parking brake, which I think is genius, absolutely genius. I love that. The fact that the parking brake automatically turns on when you hit park, that it should be working together. Like if you're in park, you should always activate the parking brake. That's just safety. And I love how that does that. You do have drive, you do have additional sport mode. You do have the paddle shifters for manual mode. I like when you're not in sport, it's like D, which means that it's gonna go back to manual mode. If you go max out on the RPMs, it's gonna shift for you anyway, or you can press and hold on the right one and it'll go back. Yeah, there's really not too much to show you guys that I haven't showed you. What have we seen? We haven't seen the glove box. Decent, deep glove box. This vehicle is attached with airbags. That's a new tag that's coming. Automatic dimming mirrors everywhere. This car has got you covered. There's a few buttons over here for your lights. They're on, off. Just brings you into the light menu over here. Everything's just on automatic. You can put in automatic high beams, so you don't even need to do that. Automatic nighttime running lights and automatic high beams for you is fantastic. All right, I don't have much else to say, so let's just cut to being back at the dealership, and I will show you guys how the vehicle self-parks. Maybe we'll take this time to do another full acceleration. Yeah, I mean, it's not that powerful. So if you are looking for more power out of the 5 Series, right now in Canada, your only options are going to be the i5 M60, but I believe there is a 540 if you're living down in the States. One thing I noticed is the iconic sounds. Like, let's take a listen when we're in sport mode and we accelerate. Maybe let's do boost mode. And then if we go to my modes, we switch over, we go into normal. Oh, a little bit quieter. Why was that dude walking on the road? I don't know. All right, we are pretty much back at the dealership. So once again, thank you to Parkview BMW for providing me with the 530i for this test drive. If you guys are in the Toronto marketplace, make sure you guys reach out to Ivy Brown. I'll leave her email in the description down below. But why don't we come in and I'll show you guys how to activate the automatic parking. There's 2 ways to do it. They made it a little bit easier on the brand new BMWs compared to the times of past. So with the older BMWs, with iDrive 7 or iDrive 8 with this system, I think iDrive 7, you'd basically have to click this parking button before you came across the lines. Now it automatically does it. So even with this off, you just drive past the parking spots. Once you've passed the parking spot where you think you want to go into, you put it into reverse, and then it says, here's the parking spots. And you can even do now forward parking. Before it was only reverse or parallel, now it could even do forward parking. But for this example, we're just gonna do reverse parking. So give that a tap, monitor the surroundings. Which parking spot do you want to go into? It sensed that there's 2 parking spots back there, and you can see on the screen it's moving to which one. We'll go there, and then you release the brake. And compared to the old system, it gives you a line of where the car is going to go. It gives you the parking space on the ground, and it now senses the lines. Before, it would only sensor the cars and it put you beside the cars. Now it senses the white lines and it's going to put you in between the white lines. So the BMW parking systems, I think this is literally the best self-parking system on the market. I haven't experienced a better one. If you guys think that another vehicle has a better self-parking system, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to go test drive that vehicle to find out what it is like. But yeah, this hands-free, gas and brake, puts you in the lines. This is one of the best self-parking systems that I've experienced. All right, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on our next video.